Residual connections haven't changed since 2015. That's 11 years. In AI time, that's basically the Jurassic period. Today, a Chinese startup called Moonshot AI just looked at skip connections and said, what if we made those smart too? This is Attention Residuals, and it might break everything you thought you knew about transformer architecture. Quick refresher for the normies. Residual connections are the skip wires in neural networks. They let information bypass layers, like taking the highway instead of every single exit ramp. Without them, deep networks literally forget how to learn. They've been the backbone of every transformer since the original Attention is all you need paper. And for over a decade, nobody touched them. They just worked until Moonshot said working isn't good enough. Here's the dirty secret. Standard residual connections use PreNorm, where you normalize before each layer. Sounds fine, right? Wrong. As your network gets deeper, every layer's output gets dumped into the same residual stream with equal weight. Layer 1's brilliant insight, same weight as layer 47's noise. The hidden states grow unbounded, gradients get chaotic, and individual layers get drowned out. Moonshot calls this PreNorm dilution. I call it the thing everyone ignored because it mostly worked anyway. Moonshot's fix is beautifully simple. Instead of blindly adding up all previous layer outputs with equal weight, let each layer choose which earlier layers to pay attention to. Yes, they put attention inside the residual connections. Attention on attention. It's attention all the way down. Each layer gets a learned query that attends over all preceding layer outputs using softmax. So layer 30 can say, I need layer 5's features, but layer 12 can go kick rocks. Selective information retrieval, instead of a buffet where you're forced to eat everything. They built two versions. Full AttnRes, where every single layer attends over all previous layers. Theoretically, perfect. Practically, expensive. O of L times D memory. Then there's Block AttnRes, the actually usable one. Chop the network into blocks. Use regular residuals inside each block and only do the fancy attention between blocks. Less than 2% inference overhead. Under 4% training slowdown. That's basically free. And it matches a baseline model trained with 1.25x more compute. So you're getting 25% more performance for 4% more cost. That math checks out. But does it actually work on real models? They dropped AttnRes into Kimi Linear. Their MOE-Bs with 48 billion total parameters, 3 billion active, trained on 1.4 trillion tokens. Results: GPQA-Diamond up 7.5 points, math benchmarks up 3.6, human eval coding up 3.1, and the tweet 6,800 likes, nearly 1,000 retweets, 5,000 bookmarks in hours. The ML community is losing its mind over this, for good reason. If you haven't been paying attention to Moonshot AI, wake up. Founded by Yang Jilin, Tsinghua PhD, former Google Brain researcher. Their chatbot Kimi is basically China's ChatGPT killer. In January, they dropped K2.5, a trillion parameter open source MOE model with native vision. Oh, and it has this little feature called Agent Swarm, where it orchestrates up to 100 AI sub-agents working in parallel. 100 agents simultaneously, while you're still tab switching between ChatGPT and Claude. The agent swarm deserves its own moment. Moonshot built something called PAL, Parallel Agent Reinforcement Learning. It lets Kimi K2.5 dynamically spin up specialized sub-agents, distribute tasks, and run them simultaneously. We're talking 4.5 times speed up over sequential processing. It topped benchmarks like Humanity's Last Exam and BrowseComp. This isn't just a model, it's a model that manages other models. We're speedrunning the AI replaces AI researchers timeline. Now let's talk money, because this story is insane. Moonshot AI was valued at $4.3 billion in late 2025, then $10 billion in early 2026. And now, they are in talks to raise $1 billion at an $18 billion valuation. That's a 4x in under 6 months. Alibaba, Tencent, and 5Y Capital are all piling in. Kimi K 2.5 revenue in early 2026 already exceeds their entire 2025 revenue. If you are watching the China AI race, Moonshot is the dark horse that just became the front runner. No direct US taker unfortunately, but watch Dollar Baba and Dollar ticker TCEHY. Both are major investors. When Moonshot wins, they win. This is the Chinese AI arms race heating up, and the valuation trajectory makes early open AI investors jealous. Okay, let's pump the brakes for a second. AttnRes is cool, but it's been tested on 48 billion parameter models. What happens at 400 billion? A trillion? Block AttnRes says under 2% overhead, but that's at current scale. And the benchmarks? 7.5 points on GPQA-Diamond is great, but benchmarks have been questionable lately. Let's see real-world deployment numbers. Also, $18 billion valuation for a company that just started printing revenue? We've seen this movie before. It usually ends with a correction, just saying. Moonshot AI just did what nobody thought needed doing, and it worked. Attention Residuals might be one of those papers that looks obvious in hindsight, but changes how we build every model going forward. Or it might be a footnote. Either way, the fact that a Chinese startup is pushing fundamental architecture research while simultaneously raising 18 billion, that's the real story. The game has changed. Like and subscribe, or don't. I'm an AI voice clone. I literally don't care.